This is Let Sleeping Dust Lie on normal and hard. And a few things you want to know about this quest. First is that it's a good idea to have underwater action. The first part's a swim. It's not a super long swim, but you might as well have underwater action if you have it. And secondly, you want to have your hireling summon before you actually get to the quest. So at the beginning of the wilderness, bring out your hireling, because once you get in the quest, you're in water and you won't be able to summon your hireling for this quest unless they're already with you in the wilderness.
You enter the submerged
All right, so I
ruins
usually
beneath
just kind of
Meridian.
go down this and then turn, and then turn here, and then make a quick turn this way, and then a quick turn this way, and then you're out. So this is the way I do it. I sometimes
Water still clings to you as you make your way
I
onto
don't run
land.
this quest
A
every life.
curious
I run it
Eladrin
quite a bit,
stands
but
anxiously awaiting you.
so I'm not as quite as good at that swim as I used to be, but it's I still sort of know the way. All right, so the other thing about this quest is it's a sort of a protect mission. So right now we don't have to worry about anything. So I'm just going to kill everything. So there's an optional if you kill no spiders that you can get a chest, but then there's this optional you can only get by killing enough monsters, which would include spiders. So in this part of the quest, we don't have any sort of objectives to protect spiders, but later in the quest we will. So we're going to clear all the passages of this dungeon. We're going to look for a message, but we're not going to actually read the message until we clear all the uh, all the passages. The reason is that once we read that message, then we can't. We're limited to how many spiders we can kill. We can only kill 5 spiders. There's 4 spiders in the end, and it's really hard not to kill the spiders there. So basically, you don't want to kill any spiders until the end, and then the end you don't have to worry about it. All right, so let's check this. This is one section, and again, we just kill everything now. And I think this is going to be it, actually. So, and once the ogres are there, these are pacified. Okay, so that's it. You don't want to read that journal, right? If you read that journal, then we're going to get an objective that you can't kill spiders. So instead, we're going to we're going to clear all the passages. Once all the passages are clear, this is the first one. Then we're going to go back and read that journal and go to the next set of passages. It just makes it a lot easier, especially if you're new to the game. This could be a hard quest not to kill spiders. We want to make that part as short as possible
Some
because it's
heavy
pretty
digging
unforgiving.
has been recently performed here. There must be something of value.
And so once we get to we can't kill spiders, we're going to have to switch to a longsword, even though our DPS is much worse with a longsword. Uh, our strike through is so good that we're likely, and ogres have a lot more hit points than spiders, so we're definitely going to kill spiders.
The footing
All
here is
right, so
especially weak.
let's go clockwise. I think if we go clockwise, here's the second tunnel. If you look on the map, here's the first one, and then here's the second one. And again, we didn't read the journal, so we don't have to worry about the protecting spiders deal. And you want to make sure you get every passage here. There's one I skipped I'm going to catch on the way back. So the message could be at any of these 6 passages, sort of like where it ends. So like it ends here because if you go here, you get the door's locked, so you can't get past it. We need the key to get past it. All right, so that's passage number 2 cleared. Just gonna get these. And this is passage number 3. This passage is the way to the shrine. The doorway here, once we get to the second part, there's a shrine. So depending on how many we need the shrine, it might be the first passage that you actually check. So right now we're clearing these 6 passages. The 6 passages are gonna dead end at a door of some type or some barrier. And here's this one. And so we're gonna, once we clear the 6 passages, we're gonna read the journal. There's gonna be a boss that spawns with a key, and we have to run around and find him. Once we find him, we can get through this area. So this is passage number 3 cleared. And it is slower this way, but it's, much less frustrating, much simpler. So, definitely when you're new, I'd recommend this approach. Did I just go around in circles? I think I did. All right, so let me go out. All right, and this is going to be a second key that we get after we clear the second passage out. All right, so I guess I'll go this way.
The gate is locked with no apparent way in. Whatever is beyond must be of great importance.
And this is the 4th passage. Always check the doors, because this door is not a locked door, so we can continue forward here. Same with this one. And that's locked. So that's 4 passages cleared. And this is the 5th passage. you could see I swung at the ogre, but I killed spiders because the DPS is so good with the strike through. It's like it's impossible to, with our sword to not kill spiders. Need to switch back to my freedom of movement boots. I had my underwater action boots on still, and let's see, any other gear swaps? Nope, I'm good. All right, so the spiders, they sort of turn passive once once the ogres are dead, and so that's that. So that's 5 passages. We just have one more to go. All right, so that's all 6 passages. So now we've cleared, and we're going to go back and read the journal. Once we read the journal, we can't kill any spiders at that point. I mean, I think that you technically get 5, but the end fight has 4, and those ones are much harder to protect. So realistically, you just don't want to kill any spiders. If you do kill a spider, then you're just going to have to be very, very careful in the end fight. That makes that end fight all that much tougher. So really, you don't want to go there, but if you do, it's doable. It's just much harder. All right, so we're gonna read the journal. I'm gonna switch to my longsword. I'm not gonna be using. I may switch to two-handed weapons if there's no spiders around, but for the most part, I'm gonna be using my longsword. Alright, so we got a collectible, and then we have a journal.
Freshly written words inform you that the spiders are not the real threat here. Their lives must be preserved. The ogres that control them must be slain.
So now we have a failure condition if we kill 5 or more Crimson Foots. That's from this point on, so we've killed a lot, but as long as we didn't get this objective, it's okay. So I'm going to keep my longsword, and just in case we see a spider, we should not see any spiders because we killed all the ogres and all those spiders turned passive. Now what we have to do is check. Sometimes you get lucky and you'll see him out here, but generally you have to check each of the 6 passages. He could be in any of them. We might even have to go back and recheck the passage we just came from. But there's an ogre that has a key, orange name. He'll be the only ogre in this area, and we have to kind of hunt him down and get his key. That's Slay Nazi Nokba. And he'll just be wandering these halls randomly, so he's not here. And he does take a little while to spawn, but I think by now he probably would have already been spawned. Oh, and we probably need to put our hireling on passive for this part, because we don't want the hireling to kill any of these Crimson Foot either. So our self-healing is fine. We don't, the hireling helps, but not critical. All right, so now we'll check the next. Let's just see if he's poking his head around outside. Nope. Alright, so now we've checked 3 of the passages. And this is passage number 4. Nope, so we'll have to check 2 more to go. I think it's possible it could be back in that original passage, but I think it probably would have been spawned by then. Just take a quick peek. I don't see him on the outside. He sometimes wanders around the outside. You can get lucky and find him real quick sometimes, but not this time. This is our 5th passage we're checking for him. Nope. So then he should be in this last passage. If not, that means he spawned later in that first passage, or kind of near at the beginning. But most likely, I suspect he's going to... There he is, right there in the 6th one we checked. So there's no spiders nearby, so it's safe to use our 2-handed weapon. Alright, and here's his key, so we grab his key.
As the unmistakable clank of a
Get
key
the longsword
dropping is
on,
heard.
make sure the hireling's on passive. And when the hireling's on passive, the hireling will not heal us. We'll have to tell him specifically to heal us or heal ourselves, which is probably more realistic to heal ourselves. I always find the easiest passage is this beginning passage here. So we're going to start where we found the journal. So far I haven't killed any spiders. That's good. That's the goal. And rubble and no journal. I guess this log I saw was the journal. So that means by process of elimination, it's going to be by the shrine. It'd be like right here if it was there. So I guess that's good. You get to see all the paths. And so the shrine path is over this way. So this one leads up over there, and that must be where the book is. And I apologize. I think I had my mute button on for a long time and didn't realize it, so I apologize. But basically, just to kind of repeat, we can't kill any spiders. If we kill, there's 4 spiders in the end fight. So my objective is always don't kill any spiders in this part because this part is pretty easy. And then we can kill all the spiders in the end fight and not have to worry about them. Alright, methods. You can cleave here pretty safely because it's just methods. No spiders. We won't want to cleave once we're in the spider area. Alright. Okay, so we got an ogre. And he's tough because okay, well we got lucky he didn't face that. Whoop. Alright, we want to right click on him. You want to right click on him to make sure that you're only hitting him. If you have auto target on and you don't right click on him, you might change targeting from an ogre to a spider just by moving around. So always right click on the enemy in this quest, or on the ogre. Alright. And there's the book, right by the shrine.
Find
so
the
we
door
pick this
that will
up.
Be unlocked with this key. Make
And
your
then
way to the upper level of the cavern.
So now we need to find another ogre, and he's usually just kind of wandering around outside, and usually kind of near the, there he is, I was going to say, near the shrine path. So no spiders, so we can just cleave him,
is seen next to
grab the key.
The corpse is one of the
Alright, so we're past the hard part.
His journal informs you of
Now we can bring the hireling
the
and bring him into protect mission. Okay, so this is a protect mission. I'm going to have this hireling protect this spider, and I'm going to give the spider fire, cold, acid, whatever I can. Okay, now kill these. We basically, if we can't let this queen spider die, or we fail the quest. So yet another way to fail this quest is by not protecting the spider. So you want to keep your hireling on protect the spider mission, and keep an eye on his hit points. You can cleave here because we can't damage the spider. He's an NPC friend, so that's a good thing. We're a pretty ideal build for this this fight. All right, let's. We want to get these. But these are the priority. Any of these sort of ogres down here, they do a lot more damage. All right, let's check her hit points. Let's give her a quick heal. And while that ogre magi's, where did the spider go? Alright, that's kind of good that she's going back there because she can't get hurt. But there's going to be some bosses dropping down, so you want to make sure you can switch quickly to the sword take care of the bosses. Here they are. Or, nope, not quite yet. Just another wave. And at some point, there's going to be a big boss, and a wave of supporting him. Right now, the hirelings looking, or the spider's looking pretty good. I'll just throw a heal. All right. All right. All right. And so even though you got the message that you protected the spider, kill all these things. They won't respawn at this point. But learn this one the hard way once, that if you leave these archers, they'll eventually kill the spider, and you'll fail the quest even though you're past that objective. If she dies, it's still over. All right, so this is where we shrine, but I don't think we need a shrine, so we're just going to kind of go. And now we're going to the end fight, and the good news is we didn't kill any spiders, so we don't have to worry about spiders in the end fight. There's only 4, and so if we kill all of them, we're good. But if
this weakened area of ground collapsed during the tremor, allowing you access to the excavated area.
Yep. So earlier they said the footing in this area looked weak, and now basically it's caved in. So there's a trap box kind of at the end here. Call the hireling over. So another trap box. And again, this is a hard quest, so I'm not going for the fastest completion here. I'm just going for a pretty safe completion, right? That's. But of course, feel free to adjust as appropriate. All right, so this orange symbol is this kind of backwards F, so we're going to need that later for a rune wheel. And this blue is kind of this H looking character, so remember that for the rune wheel. Alright, so let's get these guys. So we get a key here.
Cries out to protect the excavated mausoleum.
And this is the third rune wheel, red. It's like this sort of symbol, I don't know, plus sign or whatever you think it looks like. But we'll have to remember that symbol. Okay. Alright, my holy sword wore off. It's kind
You
of a long
must
quest.
gain entrance to
So
the
now we could
business
just kill all this stuff here.
center, Crimson Fleet Queen from being exterminated.
Alright, so now to open this up, we just have to remember what these symbols were. This one was... How do I get my shield clicky on? I'm getting nailed. This thing... Oh, there it is. Getting nailed with magic missiles. And this orange one was this kind of backward looking F. And then the red one was this symbol here, which we'll have to turn all the way over. Some people think that looks like an F, some people think it looks like a plus sign. Alright, so now we have this objective. We could still try to do these guys one at a time, but we don't have to. Like, I'm just going to do it to show you, you know, if we fail a couple spiders by mistake, but you can see the hireling is killing them, right? So, see how the hireling's killing them? I'm not killing them. I'd have to have the hireling on passive too. So I'm just going to go with my... I am dancing. There we go. So basically the hireling killed them all. So... Alright, so we've completed. So now we need to go back here and loot the chest. Don't forget to loot this chest because you'll need these materials for both crafting and to get into the raid. I'm going to pause it while I go back for the end reward. Adamantine repeater, that's not a bad weapon. It would be better if it had some red augment slots in it. Hearkening, which is listen and diplomacy. I think I already have a diplomacy item. Some interesting armor, probably not something that would replace what we have. Not a horrible ring, a pretty decent ring actually for level 17. So I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to pause it while I go back to the quest and complete it on hard.
Foot high.
And I'm going back in on hard. Have my underwater action equipped. I lose a little hit points.
You enter the
So I always go down and then I sort of
Meridian.
make a 90-degree clockwise turn as I'm going. Then I kind of make this first turn, make that first turn all the way kind of left there. And that's how I think of is the easiest way to get to this spot here to get to the actual quest. It's pretty easy to get lost under there. It takes a little while to get used to that swim. But that's how I sort of remember or think of it when I'm trying to get there. All right, so we're gonna do. I must not have talked to him. Thought I did. All right, so same plan as before. We're not going to worry about killing spiders until we read the journal. Or we're not going to read the journal until we read all of these, until we clear all of the 6 paths. And, you know, some people, as soon as they find the journal, they will just read it and then move forward. And you could do that. I mean, we did pretty good with not killing spiders. So to me, it just increases the risk a lot. It's a lot harder. All right, so last time the journal was the first path, and it's not there this time. So it'll be in a different spot. It's always in a different spot. One of those 6 paths, kind of near where it dead ends. Where we need the key.
Heavy digging has been recently performed here. There must be something of value within.
And in some ways, it's almost easier on hard than normal because the spiders are so squishy. Like on hard, I think if you accidentally hit one with a swing, it should kill them. But on normal, like you're pretty much one-hitting everything. So in some ways, it's almost easier to do this quest. Like I would probably, if I was looking for an easy completion, I would not run it on normal. I'd run it on hard. All right, so path 3, no journal. We've got path 3 cleared.
The Crimson Foot Queen is held captive inside this prison.
So there's the journal, but we have 2 more paths to clear, so we don't want to read it yet. And there should be, I think, still an Ogre Magi around, so I want to make sure I clear that. I think that's the only one. I'm just going to wait like 5 seconds because I don't want these spiders to, we have to come back here, so I think we're good. Okay, so that's path number 3, I think. Yeah, 3. So we have 3 more paths to clear, and then we'll come back to this shrine path and read the.
The gate is locked with no
You know what?
apparent
We
way
better.
in.
There's some
Whatever is
spiders up there,
beyond
so
must be of great
we also want to clear anything that's in this opening area as well. So kill all these ogres. Because those spiders are also fair game for counting towards that failed objective. Kind of ironic I'm getting Spider Exterminator 2 in a quest where I'm not supposed to kill spiders, but that is how this game goes. Alright, so now we're going to go to path number 3. So rat expertise. I think that means I can see rats' hit points now. Okay, so that's number 5. One more path. All right, so now we go back to the journal and read it. Look for the ogre. Hopefully we will find him. We'll find him this time before the last path. But if we don't, that's fine. And I'm going to switch to my longsword just in case. I'm going to put my hireling on passive just in case we bump into any spiders.
Freshly written words inform you that the spiders are not the real
And
threat
now we have the
here.
objective. We can't
Their
kill
lives must be
5
preserved.
crimson foot. It says
The
5 or
ogres
more.
that control
Okay, oh, there he is.
them
Wow,
must
that
be
was lucky.
slain.
No spiders, so we'll use our regular sword. I'm going to use my Holy Retribution on him. Didn't work. He's got death block. Alright, so he's phased out. And Wyo needs to heal, so I'm going to have her do her mass. thing. And there's his key. We need to pick up his key.
Kazi falls as the unmistakable clank of a key dropping is heard.
And I'm going to go back. I'm going to check that same path I did first last time, the one by the beginning, since we don't need a shrine. Just because it's the easiest, so if we get it there, and I'm switching to my longsword, my hireling is on passive, so my hireling won't be attacking anybody. And I certainly appreciate the hireling. Hireling does a good job, but I am going to also park the hireling because I can heal myself. Park my hireling right about here. And you get these rats and methods, those spiders around so we can cleave. The DPS of the longsword is much less. But it's not horrible. We get Knight's Training Feat automatically with this, and it counts as a favored weapon from the Knights of the Chalice Tree. Alright, so once we see the ogre, we want to right click. And we don't want to use the Holy Retribution because of the insta-kill, or the cleave ability. So we're just going to have to wait until this guy comes back. Although the spiders are gone now, so the spiders were tied to this ogre, not the Magi, but we still want to be careful not to do any cleaves. Alright, right click on him. And no journal. Just gonna double check. Really hard to tell, so I think I'm gonna try the shrine path again this time. Or sorry, I'm gonna try this one second this time. Right click. We have to get these guys kind of one at a time. accidentally hit a spider there, but let's right-click on this guy. But I didn't kill any, so that's good. There's probably a little bit of double strike, or of, happening, but nothing that should be major. Like I said, that's why it's almost easier on hard than normal, because they're so squishy on normal. You could easily just kill them. I'm going to cleave here because there's no spiders around. This is usually the guy that's tied to the controlling the spiders. So I'm going to get him first. And then this guy. No, they're still attacking me. And now they're passive. Still no spiders killed, so that's good. And there it is.
Find the door that will be unlocked with this key. Make your way to the upper level of the cavern.
And typically the guy's kind of wandering around here. There he is. We could...
Recently, the corpse is one of the missing 12 members.
Alright, now we can bring the hireling over, and we've killed no spiders, so that's good. And now we have to protect the queen. I'm going to give her some resists real quick before she's going to real quick move into attack mode, but I want to give her a couple, at least. Like, I probably don't need to give her acid resist, because I think she's actually immune to it anyways, but... Alright, let me just check her hit points. She's at full. I'm just going to make sure she stays healed. Alright, champion, I want to get that guy down right away, super fast. And then let's keep an eye on her hit points. Alright, back here. Alright, let's see where she's at. I'm going to make sure she's on protect and let's get her hit points to full. Alright, she is... I'm going to give her a heal. She's taking a little damage from these snipers, but not much. So I'm going to leave them there because I don't want a champion to spawn. She is at. She's losing quite a bit. Let's see if there's a champion over there. Nope, but I don't want a champion, so I'm going to leave them there until we clear these melee mobs, because they're not doing. They're doing a little bit, but not too much. Ghost has 20 hit points. Alright, so let's get her healed. Alright, now I'm going to get these archers. They won't respawn now once the Rakasha's down. Okay, so now it's just the end fight. So we didn't kill any spiders, so we can kill all of them in the end fight. That's always the goal.
Area of ground collapsed during the tremor, allowing you access to the excavated area.
And so the symbols are the same every quest, so I'm not going to look at those again.
Cries out to protect the excavated mausoleum.
Alright, so we'll just go through this door here to the end fight.
You must gain entrance to the prison cell to prevent the Crimson Foot Queen from being exterminated.
And these are the ones we looked at last time that were outside. They're the same ones every time. You could also look them up in the DDO wiki if you forgot.
Our seems a key falls to his feet.
Cool, potion of invisibility. That's very handy. And I'm going to pause it while I go to the end reward. Alright, nothing super useful that I'm seeing here, so I'm just going to grab um, something to sell to break down for essences, and that is let sleeping dust lie on normal and hard.